UvaldeRadio.net. Good morning. Robert Miguel here with you with another fine People of Uvalde interview. And I've got with me on the phone, Richelle Workman. What's up?
Yay! Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you? Oh, from the Briscoe-Garner Museum, the director of the whole big place. So, wow, it's cool to have you on here.
Well, thank you. It's good to be back. It's been a while since I've had anything I needed to do an interview for.
You have had a huge break. Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
How long has the Briscoe-Garner Museum been, closed or shut down or on a break?
Since 8:05 a.m. on March 18th of 2019.
Wow. So, yeah, over a year. That's crazy.
Yeah. Or 2020, excuse me, I can't add. I'm sorry. See, I forgot how to add during the break.
So real quick, give us the rundown, I guess, of what the Briscoe-Garner Museum is and its mission here in Uvalde.
Sure. Well, for those that don't know, the Briscoe-Garner Museum is housed in former Vice President John Nance Garner's home. He and his wife, Eddie, built it in 1920, so it did turn 100 years old last year, which we'll be having an event for that coming up. It was supposed to be last year, but thank you, COVID. It's
Right.
going to be a 101 birthday party this year. But the house celebrates his life, both his personal life here in Uvalde and also his political life as vice president. He was House of Representatives. He was Speaker of the House. He was a district judge here. And he had a very, very long, very illustrious political career. So the downstairs shows all on him and his wife, Eddie. And then upstairs is on former Governor Dolph Briscoe, who was also in the Texas House of Representatives. And most people have heard all about Governor Briscoe. He was extremely generous towards the community. Very, very, even when he was in Austin as governor, he was very, very focused on Uvalde and this part of the state and making sure that it thrived. And so both floors are to celebrate the lives and legacies of two wonderful local men.
And it's a big house, but probably not big enough to hold it all in, man, because those are some great Texans, some great Uvaldians, and it's awesome that we got a place to showcase their legacy and history. Wow, it's great. So, and it's cool that you guys are
we
getting...
have just a handful of their artifacts. There's Austin, we're ran by the University of Texas, Austin, and they have a humongous archive over there with more items dedicated to the two men, because that house can only hold so much.
Well, tell me this. Give us an example of some of the neat things that one might find when they go over to the Briscoe-Garner Museum here in Uvalde.
Well, my favorite item in the entire museum is their Vice President and Second Lady, I guess she would be called, Eddie Garner, their inaugural outfits from the first inauguration. Oh, yeah. Right inside downstairs. I love those. We also, for any baseball fans, we have two baseballs that were Vice President Garner's. He was a huge baseball fan. One was signed by the entire 1957 Yankees team. He has one that was signed by Babe Ruth. Most people know who Babe Ruth is.
Yeah,
Lou Gehrig. So, yeah, all sorts of signatures there. Then also, I basically grew up on horseback. And as everybody knows, Dolph Briscoe was an amazing rancher at one point in time. He was the largest individual landowner in the entire state of Texas. And we have one of his saddles and some of his chaps. And those just have a soft spot for me because I have a soft spot for ranching and horses. So those are my favorite items.
Wow, that's very good. And then, of course, you have different things that kind of come and go that you've showcased and feature in and out from Austin or wherever, right?
We do, yeah, we do. Every once in a while we're able to get something new and neat from Austin to put on display for a while and just kind of show just a little bit of what they have in their archives over there.
Well, very good. Again, we're talking to Richelle Workman from the Briscoe-Garner Museum, and this is exciting because you guys are getting geared to reopen. So first of all, before we get into all that and the big event you have planned this weekend, let's talk, Richelle, what have you been up to for the last year? Have you been having to go in, just dust every once in a while? What's it been like? I'm sure a bit of a ghost town, but as far as keeping up the Briscoe-Garner Museum during the pandemic, paint a picture of what that whole year has been like for you.
It has been a challenge. My assistant, Maria, she is, a lot of people in town know her. She is just wonderful, and she's been going in to keep it all spick and span, and she loves her museum, and she has taken extremely good care of it during this off season. off-season. I don't know what else to call it.
An off year.
But in our downtime, we've had a lot of maintenance things we've had to do and some little renovation things that we never really could do while we were open. And then we've also been working with the folks in Austin to develop a new website. So that's going to be unveiled here soon. We're in the finishing stages right now. And then we've also been working on a new brochure for the museum so we can kind of advertise some more in our surrounding communities. A lot of little projects, some archive projects, little things that we never have time to do because we're trying to keep ourselves in the community and take care of our visitors, and we haven't been able to do that. So we have a lot of little archive projects and just some housekeeping stuff that we never have time to do, and we've had plenty of time.
So were there any kind of issues, anything crazy, like, you come in and, there's, I'm just kind of wondering, are there any kind of what's the weirdest thing that's ever happened at the Briscoe-Garner? I'm just assuming that, you leave your house, any house, for an extended amount of time, you might come back to, to something weird, whether it's like a bird flying around upstairs or, just random stuff. Or maybe was there any issues with pests or anything anything that stands out? Any funny stories?
Birds. Yeah.
You have birds, huh?
Somehow, we have never been able to figure out where. Somehow, birds get in occasionally, and I'll get a call, the alarm's going off, I'll go over, it'll be a bird.
Wow.
Yeah, usually by the time I get there, they ran into a window and have met their demise, so it's just removal, but yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so if they don't commit bird suicide, what's the protocol? What is the thing? Do you have to get on a ladder? Do you call the fire department? I mean, what does that look like as far as removing a bird from a giant building?
We have the city on speed dial. They send the animal control over to help us out. They have been a godsend more than once. But yeah, we have them on speed dial. They come see us a lot.
There you go. You heard it first right here on UvaldeRadio.net. The Briscoe-Garner Museum has a random bird problem. Okay, so that's good stuff. Well, let's get into the reopening. I know that you're reopening soon. Give us details on that. And of course, the big open house is this weekend prior to the reopening. So give us the deets.
Yes, our doors back up on July 6th, and we'll be back open to the public as usual, as before. We are very, very excited. Maria and I both about cried when we got the news. We're very excited to be back. But yes, our event tomorrow is our annual 4th of July event, and we're known for always having a 4th of July event. Obviously, we weren't able to last year, but they gave us the green light to go ahead since we'll be opening back up so soon. It's normally on the 4th, but with the 4th falling on a Sunday, we're having it on the 3rd instead. So it'll be from 11 to 2, and it'll be just a general open house style. We're going to have light refreshments, some crafts for the kids, some little art projects and games and stuff for kids and adults. And Folklorico will be performing for us from 11 to 11:30. As far as I know, this is the first time they've performed for us. Or if they have before, it's been a long time. So I'm excited. I love watching them. So I was really, really excited when we were able to get them lined up. But like I said, they're there from 11 to 11:30 to entertain us. And then, we'll have games and crafts and food and fun and just ready to get back to life as normal at the museum.
Right on. Again, so that's an open house. Going to be tomorrow, Saturday, July 3rd, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., featuring live entertainment by Ballet Folklorico. Now, is that the same group that was at the Honey Festival? Because those guys, those ladies and kids were awesome. So
they are fantastic.
Yeah, definitely something Uvalde, the community should be proud of and should get out and make an effort to go see if you can. So that'll be happening from 11 to 11:30. You said some light refreshments. Now on the flyer, it mentioned something about Dr. Whitney Smith Flag Research Center collection. Is that give me some details on that? First of all, a Flag Research Center. Is that like Sheldon Cooper from like Big Bang Theory, Fun with Flags, like for flag aficionados? What exactly is the Flag Research Center, first of all?
Kind of, actually. But there are several different types of flags. It's not just your normal, the banner like we're used to. These are also flags that they used to come kind of like Cracker Jack boxes. You used to get candies and stuff that would have these little fabric flags inside of them. And a lot of people used to collect them back in the early 1900s, late 1800s. And Dr. Smith, he has this massive collection that was donated to the university of these. And they're they are fascinating. They really are. The first time I saw them, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that.
So they're little mini flags then?
Yeah, a lot of them are just little mini flags. The needlework on them is amazing. And then they are sending, I haven't seen some of the stuff that they're sending to us. It's all boxed up. It's brand new. Some of it's going to be even new to me when I unpack it and get it all into display cases ready to go. But I know they are sending some Red Cross flags and stuff dealing with the various wars that the United States has been involved in. So just kind of a little history lesson and a little patriotic lesson.
Yeah, I was going to say, because, it's 4th of July weekend, one would kind of, when you hear flag, you kind of immediately go to like American flag or the different versions that led up to the American flag. But yeah, this is going to be a little bit of everything, something different then. That's very cool. Again, that's Dr. Whitney Smith's Flag Research Center collection. And where will that be displayed?
And that will be downstairs on our lower level.
Okay.
And I do want to warn everybody, we have been having some air conditioner issues.
Okay.
So I am not guaranteeing that our air conditioning will be working. We're praying. We're praying, but I just want to warn everybody, it might be warm in there, but we're going to do everything we can. What event would go off without a hitch like that, right?
Hey, you've only had a year to fix it, Richelle, okay?
I know. Well, we thought we had it fixed.
Oh, well, again, hey, we're talking to Richelle Workman from the Briscoe-Garner Museum. The address is 333 North Park Street. If you're in and from Uvalde, you probably know exactly where it is. Is the number for the center, is that 830-278-5018? Is that correct?
That's correct.
So, but you guys technically probably aren't spending a lot of time there right now, right? Because you're not officially open?
No, we're just kind of going in, and we had taken all of our computers home, because we'd been working at home, but we're taking all of our stuff back in and getting ready for life as normal. And I do want to remind everybody of what our hours will be.
Okay.
We are open from Tuesday to Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we are closed on Sunday and Monday.
Very nice. All right. Well, Richelle, you sound totally stoked, excited to get back to it. And let's talk real personal life for a minute. What you been up to? What you been doing to keep busy?
What have I been doing to keep busy?
Yeah. What you been doing?
Not much, really. Keeping busy with the work that I have to do. And
just checking that email a lot, right?
Yes, checking the email a lot. A lot of hiking, because sometimes we get caught up in our lives here in town and we forget what a beautiful county we live in. So I have been doing a lot of hiking, reminding myself why I moved to Texas, because it's beautiful here in town. It's beautiful all around, and I've been enjoying all of the events, the community events as they get to rolling again. Honey Festival was fantastic. It was a great way to kind of kick normal life back into gear.
Yeah, kind of reopen the city, to a certain extent. Hey, you mentioned hiking, and yes, we're Facebook friends, and I've seen you post some photos here and there on Instagram and Facebook. Mm-hmm. For those interested in hiking, what are some good spots? You've been here long enough to know, some of the sweet spots for hiking. Give us some examples.
Well, of course, Garner State Park. You can't go wrong there. I usually hit it up in the middle of the week, because on the weekends it is crazy full.
Tourists, wah wah.
It's beautiful. Lost Maples is another one you can't go wrong with. Everywhere you go in that park, there's beautiful views. It's a lot quieter than Garner, so if you want a little more quiet pace, Lost Maples is definitely the way to go. But you don't even have to drive that far. We have Cook's Slough right on the south edge of town, which has all sorts of just little walking trails that you can just walk for hours on. Mount End right outside of town. If you want just a little challenge, but not a huge challenge like Garner or Lost Maples, you can just go out there, and I think it takes about 10, 15 minutes to get to the top of the mountain, depending on if I took my dog or not. It's got beautiful views of Uvalde. And actually just Father's Day weekend, we went out to Chalk Bluff, and because everybody knows about the river at Chalk Bluff and the animals at Chalk Bluff, but we went over and climbed the actual bluff. And the views were stunning, and you can see Uvalde from up there. You can see the water tower, and it's a view that most people don't even know exists because they don't climb up there. So I highly recommend that.
I've climbed that thing. Did you know that?
Oh, really?
No, I was just bluffing.
Oh.
I crack me up.
Yeah.
Well, Richelle, it's been awesome talking to you about the Briscoe-Garner Museum. Again, the party is tomorrow. That's Saturday, July 3rd, 11 to 2. Again, the address is 333 North Park Street. We're excited you guys are reopening. That's going to be next Tuesday, right?
Yes, next Tuesday.
And Richelle, again, it's exciting just to be able to talk to you, in your professional capacity here on the air, and we're excited. Thanks again. Oh, and I'm looking at again, the flyer. You said you're launching a new website soon, but I've got your current one down as briscoecenter.org, and that's Briscoe with an E. Is that legit right there?
Yep, that is legit, and it will be staying the same. It'll just be getting a facelift. Right
on. Again, briscoecenter.org. And Richelle, anything else we need to touch on before we wrap it up here?
Just to keep an eye out. Like I said, we're heavily into planning for the house, the 101st birthday party coming up. So just be on the lookout for information about that. And as we get to reopening, I'll be rolling out events, and hopefully I'll have all those lined up here soon, and we can get to rolling and get everybody back to life.
Very exciting. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up here with Richelle Workman at the Briscoe Center, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. It's right here on the People of Uvalde segment on UvaldeRadio.net. Thank you.
All right, thank you.